This is TWiT.
So as I think you advised us, Jason, I abjured the developer betas and waited, and I saw yesterday, oh good, the public betas are here.
Yeah.
And probably shouldn't have done this, but installed it on all devices.
All? If you're going to go all the way.
On my iPad mini, on my iPad Pro, on my iPhone 17 Pro Max, on my Macintosh mini. Okay. The only thing, not the MacBook Air that I'm using for the show. I didn't want to screw that one up.
Right.
So,
see, there you go.
Not all. Yeah. One remains. But I haven't had any problems. Did I make a mistake? Jason, did I make a mistake?
I don't think so. It's look, it's a beta. I have not run into anything that I would consider a non-starter. I think you just need to go in with your eyes open. And Leo, you're a veteran,
apps, right? That might not work.
There's some bugs. I mean, I haven't had any apps not work. Sometimes apps crash. Sometimes here's a Golden Gate quirk. Sometimes you quit an app and it doesn't leave the dock. Ooh, it's a ghost in the dock. And when you mouse over it, it says this app is running in the background. It's like, friend, that app is dead. I don't know why you think it's running in the background. It's just dead. But those are quirks. If you know that you're going to go in there and they're going to be quirks and you're going to have to, like on my iPhone today, I was like, oh, the settings app is non-responsive. I'm going to have to quit the settings app and open it back up. Or occasionally like, oh, things are real weird right now. Let's reboot. Or, hey, that shortcut that used to work doesn't work now. Maybe it'll work later. It's like, these are the things that happen in the summer when you're on a beta. If you know that, if you're willing to do that, then it's worth it. And if you're one of those people who refused to use Tahoe, you'll also get all the features that were in Tahoe in Golden Gate. So that's a nice thing.
You say in your review that you actually liked Tahoe.
I did, because of all the productivity boosts in it. I think it's Tahoe was the first major macOS version in a while that felt like Apple realized people use their Mac's productivity and maybe they should add productivity improvements to the Mac. They also, I choose to look at the liquid glass half full, which is they could have done so much more to ruin the Mac interface with liquid glass. And it's like they're disinterest in spending a lot of time on the Mac made it less bad than it would have been. That said, Golden Gate fixes most of the issues with, the windows look better, the sidebars aren't broken, the toolbars, minor Mac interface features like sidebars, toolbars, and the menu bar. Who's going to notice? Anyway, those are a lot better.
I have to say, it is part of the onboarding process, at least on iOS, that it says, and how do you want your liquid glass? And it gives you the slider.
Yeah, with a slider.
So
choose.
Yeah.
When I talked to them, they said, we'd like to make a decision. We understand that there's design is often about making choices, but they say when they talk to people about it, there was a camp who really liked the liquid glass to be transparent and a camp that hated it and wanted it to be opaque. And they're like, okay, here's a slider.
I'm in the majority camp,
whatever,
which just left it. I didn't change the slider. It's right smack dab in the middle.
I left it in the middle, and I think it's perfectly fine.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah. Well, everything is so much like they kind of ate toolbars in Tahoe. Like the Photos app is a great example. There was not a toolbar anymore. There was just kind of like some floating glass buttons and then a weird hazy area that would change color based on what was behind it. And I put a screenshot in my story about it. Like in Golden Gate, it's not like there's no question. There's a toolbar up there. There's like a bar with a horizontal line, and above it, things are very opaque, and below it, it's the content. And I don't know why they had to make this meandering path to end up getting back where they started. But again, Golden Gate. So for all the Tahoe holdouts out there, yeah, you could just jump to the public beta of Golden Gate, and I think you'd feel a lot better.
I'm looking at your article at sixcolors.com. What I don't know what the toolbar is. I have it on my Mac Mini.
A toolbar.
But I haven't looked at it yet.
It's at the top of the screen where there are buttons top of a window where you can click on buttons.
Okay. Yeah.
That toolbar got real diffuse or even invisible in Tahoe.
Oh, okay.
And in Golden Gate, they said,
it.
Yes, actually at the top of a window where there are buttons, there should be a clear bar there that the buttons sit on and not floating in space or in front of a weird fog bank that rolls in and out, which is what it was like in Tahoe. So
this middle one is Tahoe and the top one is Tahoe.
The top two are
really
Tahoe.
Horrible.
In that reference, it's because it would change based on what content was behind it. It would get darker dark and invert, or it would get light. And now there's just a toolbar. Again, tried and true. At the top of your window where there are buttons, there's a little bar that they live in and not floating in space. Because why would you do that?
Good.
Why?
Christina, did you take the plunge?
I've got it installing on my iPad. I did not get my flight coming back from Germany was delayed, and never fly British Airways. That's my advice to all of you ever.
Cosign, never do it.
genuinely never. Worst travel experience of my entire life. But because of that, I got home 24 hours late, and my bags then arrived 24 hours after I arrived. So I've got it installing on my iPad, but I haven't had a chance to play with it.
That's terrible. What happened? They just delayed your flight?
So the flight from Berlin to London, which is a short flight, there was some sort of problem with the plane, and they needed a British engineer to fix it because of Brexit. And then British Airways would not let me. So I was going to miss my connecting flight. They would not let me book my onboarding flight the next day until the original flight took off 8 hours later. They made me get my bags off the plane. Then I had to recheck my exact same bags onto the plane. They did make it to London, but then for some reason didn't make it into Seattle because of the day before, because originally the flight was supposed to be different. So I don't know, it was the whole thing. But yeah.
So why would you be rooting for England in that case?
Honestly, I don't know.
Checkmate.
That's a really good call. That really just comes down to my friends. But that's honestly a great point. Screw England, honestly. Screw British Airways.
Argentina, baby.
Let's go Argentina. Let's go. Yeah.
Show title.
We won't mention the fact that we're doing the show at the same time as the World Cup semis are going on today and tomorrow. I'm sure we'll lose a few live viewers, but this is a podcast.
That's why it's a podcast.
That's why it's a podcast. We can listen later.
It's really the hosts I feel bad for. I hope, Jason, you have a screen somewhere that you can observe.
Oh, yeah, it's right over there. It's right to my left.
Me too. I just turned it on. I had forgotten until Christina started talking about England. I thought, wait a minute.
World Cup. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let's back to the future. Have you played with what else are we talking about? Have you played with the photo? Well, I know, Jason, you've played. Sure. Nothing's new for you. This is all stuff you've played
I've been spending the last couple of months.
Yeah.
This is, last month, I guess.
I think the only thing really of interest
I'm still
to me
writing 27 on all my checks because I don't even know what year it is. As far as I'm concerned, it's 27 now. Okay.
Yeah, everything's 27.
Yeah.
I immediately, of course, tried the new Siri and was stymied immediately by the fact that it wasn't turned on.
Yeah.
You have to go into the settings and
they're going to market it as a beta, and they are. You're right. They are worried about gating access to the models that are in the cloud, and that's why they're asking you to sign up for it. And you got in
go
fast,
to your Siri settings,
but they have to
then press the button, and you'll immediately, at least I did, get it.
Yeah, maybe.
Then there's
unless there's a big
that you see, which is that Siri is still thinking. Apparently, Siri has to optimize, and it's been optimizing since yesterday.
Yeah, it'll go for a while. What it's doing is it's downloading. So, okay, here's the thing about how Apple does this is not everything is on your device, right? Not everything is cached on your device. Not every email message in your email account, not every message in your messages. They're in the cloud, and they can be reached on demand. Apple needs to pull that content down to build an index. And so what's happening in the background is they're very slowly doing things like downloading older emails and then still older emails, downloading older messages and indexing them and then throwing them away, or they're cached, they'll get tossed away. But they have to do that because you might ask a question that requires an email message from 2 years ago. And so they're going to build that index, but it takes time because they have to, and they built in a system where it doesn't download all of your email right away. They kind of titrate out how much of that they do at any given time. So it very slowly is going to build up a whole personal history for you. It takes a while.
Yeah. I did, though, ask it yesterday because I couldn't get a straight answer. I said, what time is the World Cup final on Sunday? And it knew. It told me, which was nice.
The world knowledge stuff is way better. If we're talking, leaving the AI sort of agent stuff aside, I think if they had released this last year without any of that and just said, we fixed our Siri world knowledge problem, which they needed the last year because they said they tore it down to nothing and rebuilt it in the last year. But that stuff just works now. It's kind of amazing. I've been talking to friends who say a lot of the stuff they used to use just straight up Chat GPT for, they can use Siri AI for it, and it's fine because it's like you're just asking basic questions. You're not asking it to write code for you. You're asking a lot of basic questions and follow-up questions, and it just kind of gets it. I actually kind of wonder, talking about OpenAI, if one of the motivations OpenAI had to change their app to be this new app that sort of like puts codecs at the front and kind of degrades the chat experience is because they see the writing on the wall, which is like basic, super basic chat conversation stuff. Like Google and Apple are just going to do it.
Be quiet. I'm sorry.
Google and Apple are just going to do that. So because it's true, like basic questions you'd ask an AI, you can ask to Siri AI and get basic answers about what facts are, and it's pretty good. So like, I don't know, that they solved that part. The part that's open is the question of like it scouring through all your personal information and stuff.
Yeah, and I did try to ask it about a text message, and it didn't know yet. But later today, I'm sure it will. I do have to point out.
Goal! I just watched on YouTube TV, so it's delayed.
I do have to point out.
I don't want to feel left out, even though I'm not watching it.
I do have to point out that all of the pictures in your photos library that you're using this demonstration for
are from the World Cup. Yeah,
seem to be on a soccer pitch of some.
Yeah, that's from the World Cup game I went to. So I don't want to put all my family in there. So those are pictures that I took in Santa Clara.
You were actually there. That's really cool.
for the mighty matchup between Turkey and Paraguay.
The big one, or as we say, and everybody now says Turkey yay.
Turkey yay. And Paraguay was yay versus Guay, and the Guay won. So yeah.
It's like after last time we all said Qatar. Qatar.
Well, that's how you say it, and they want to say Turkey, but yeah. So Paraguay advanced. Turkey.
It was so funny it
was booty yay and yay to Guay. That was that game that I went to.
It sounds like Igpe Attenlay. I hope you've enjoyed this little clip from MacBreak Weekly. If you want to see the whole show, just click down below. And of course, we're at MacBreak Weekly on YouTube. You'll also find full shows, audio and video at twit.tv/MBW and wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for watching.